Well, in an effort to move on, I want to bring in Ray Tierney. He is the district attorney of Suffolk County, New York, and he's with me now live tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight. So, Mr. Tierney, there's no bail for the charges they're being held on. I get it. It's politically ugly, but it's real and it's happening. A murder charge would certainly hold them. So how much closer are we to getting a murder charge for any or all of these four?
Well, thanks for having me, Ashley. We discovered the body parts strewn about Long Island in the Lindenhurst area, as you said. Within 7 days, we had identified these individuals, charged them with the hindering prosecution, tampering with evidence, and the concealment of the body parts charges. Unfortunately, we can't hold them due to bail reform. But with regard to the murder charge, if you look at this case, we have blood. Blood means DNA. DNA means analysis. We have phones. We have video. We have a plethora of other evidence as well. And we're going to continue to work through that until the investigation is complete. And then if we act, we'll act through an indictment.
So DNA can be rushed, certainly when it's a super important case like this. If the DNA of the body parts in the home match the DNA of the body parts strewn about Long Island, is that enough probable cause for you to charge all four of them with murder?
Well, so the definition of murder is with intent to cause the death of another person. You cause the death of another person. So we have to prove those elements with regard to one or any of the suspects. So that will take time. And what it does is, in our digital world, it requires us to go out and obtain the evidence, evaluate it, and then present the case to the grand jury, which we are in the process of doing. It's not like CSI. It doesn't happen in an hour.
No, it doesn't. But I'll tell you what, CSI doesn't have the political, powder keg right now of this bail reform issue in New York, which means these four are walking free with ankle bracelets. And we all know what can happen even with ankle bracelets. You mentioned phones, laptops, all that digital stuff. Can you tell me what you have from those four people's persons and from that home in terms of digital trove?
Well, we're not going to specifically talk about the evidence we have in this case because the case is ongoing. But suffice to say, in our digital world, with phones, video, license plate readers, and a host of other technology, we have a lot of evidence to go through, and that's what we're going to go through. But it would be unethical for any prosecutor to present cases until they're able to prove the charges, and part of proving those charges is going through the evidence.
And here's my question about that. Because this one, again, is racked with all the political aspects of the bail reform where these four people are out, it's imperative, if there is a strong suspicion that these are the murderers, to get through that evidence fast. To that end, what are you doing to get through that evidence quickly to, I'm assuming on your part, hopefully end up with 4 murder indictments?
Yeah, well, we're frustrated because because of this bail law, these individuals are released on the charges, which if we were able to consider danger to the community, I submit that they would be in jail. As a federal prosecutor, I prosecuted MS-13 cases, and I can tell you we would arrest individuals for lesser charges, argue dangerousness, keep them in, and while they were in, continue to work the case and charge them with murder. We don't have that luxury in New York State. We do have it in the federal system. It is a tool that the other states in the country have, but we'll work through it, and we'll do it as quickly as possible. But just because the case is politically charged, I can't charge a case that I don't have the evidence for.
No, understand, but you can certainly dedicate a lot of resources to get through that evidence as quickly as possible to make some identifications and probable cause to be able to levy that kind of a murder charge, which is my next question. If you are able to tie one of these roommates to enough probable cause to charge with murder, can you charge the other 4 with conspiracy and then get them behind bars sooner rather than later?
Well, let me say we're both the prosecutors in my office as well as the investigators with the Suffolk County Homicide Squad are working around the clock with regard to this case. And I'm not going to talk about what I can possibly prove these individuals with. What we're going to do is we're going to work through the evidence, and when that investigation is concluded, we'll speak through an indictment.
And then just real quickly, you mentioned video and license plate readers. Is that what brought the investigators from the body parts that were strewn about Long Island to the house on Railroad Avenue?
Yeah, well, I was using that by way of example. I can say that the case started with a severed arm, and investigators working feverishly were able to match that arm with that house in Amityville, and we're continuing the investigation. But again, in order to prove what actually happened, it takes time, and we can't.
Takes a lot more. Understandable. Can you at least tell me what got you from the severed arm that the poor kid coming home from school found, something no child should ever see? Can you tell me what got you from those body parts to the Amityville horror house?
Well, it was a host of leads, investigations, including blood analysis, video, and as well as other things as well.
The license plate readers?
I'm not sure what particular role the license plate readers was used in this case, but of course you have to go through all that evidence nonetheless.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.